A few months ago, I read a book called The Secret by the author called Rhonda Byrne. And in her book, she talked about an old method that was already used by the biggest brains in human history. For example, Beethoven and even Einstein himself. Everyone is influenced by the same law. Everything is working with one power. It's attraction. The universe is based on attraction. The secret is the law of attraction. Everything is being drawn to you. Let me explain. How does it work? It's quite simple. Every thought that you think about is being sent out to the universe with a specific frequency. And if you, for example, imagine yourself having a good grade, finding your soulmate, the universe is going to emit a similar frequency back to you. The problem with that is most people imagine what they don't want to have. For example, they imagine, I don't want to be involved in accidents, or I don't want to become ill. And that's the problem. The law of attraction doesn't care if you say no or yes to something. So if you go to a shop and say, oh, I really want that necklace, and you're sending out that positive frequency, the universe is going to send a similar positive frequency back. But if you go to a shop, oh, look at that ugly scarf, I definitely don't want that, the universe is still going to send the similar frequency back to you. Let me now tell you one of the many stories about The Secret. This story is about a man. The man is called Robert. And in the past, he bought a course by a man called Bill Harris. And in his course, Bill talked about The Secret and how you can use it in your daily life. And before Robert watched that course, he was having trouble dating. So his dating life was very bad. Every woman he was dating automatically rejected him after the first date. So after rewatching the course a few times, he noticed that his strategy of finding women didn't work. Because what he did is he was drawing pictures of women and hanging them everywhere in his house. That didn't work because of a simple fact. In the course of Bill Harris, he learned about a very important factor of the law of attraction, which is visualization. And in visualization, you shouldn't draw something you want, but you should draw yourself when having it. So he drew himself with women and hung it everywhere in his apartment. And after that, his life actually changed, and his dating situation got more positive. And from news information, he now has a wife and 2 lovely children. Let me now tell you about some daily techniques that you can use to include the law of attraction in your life. The first one, probably a very obvious one, but still very important, is be thankful. If you're thankful every day of your life about everything you achieved and everything you want to achieve in the future, the universe is going to send a similar positive frequency back to you. The second one is keep imagining. As I already explained, if you imagine, you're sending a positive frequency out to the universe, and the universe is sending a positive frequency back. And my last point, and probably the most important technique of all of them, is visualization. If you visualize yourself having something, you send the strongest positive frequency out to the universe that exists. Because the universe understands the best in pictures, and especially if they're connected to you. So, my last point is romantic attraction. Steve already told us a little bit about it, about his dating life. And scientists discovered already decades ago that romantic attraction consists of 5 main factors. The first one is physical attractiveness. I think every one of us already experienced physical attractiveness, and the very strong effect of physical attractiveness was really proven in an experiment in London in a university. In that university, they paired up all the students in the university and let them have a party for 3 nights straight and partying and drinking and eating. And after those 3 days, they interviewed all of them, and they found out that all the people described their partner automatically as more kind and more intelligent because they were very physically attracted to them. The second one, which is a very obvious one also, is similarities. If you're similar to someone, for example, you have similar subjects in school, similar interests, hobbies, your family, friends, then of course you're going to be more attracted to each other because you see each other more often. That brings me to my next point, which is proximity, also known as distance. If you're more far away from someone, you're automatically not that attracted to them, because a face-to-face conversation, in a face-to-face conversation, you can exchange much more information and much more feelings. The fourth point is affect, also known as emotions. It's a very simple one. If someone makes you happy, you're more attracted to them. And if someone makes you sad, you're less attracted to them. The last point, which I find is very, very interesting, is arousal. There was a very cool experiment with that. They built a very wobbly and unstable bridge on the top of a high canyon, and they told a woman to go in the middle of the bridge and hand out business cards to every man she sees and tell them, oh, this is my product, and if you want more information, just call me later. They did the same experiment on a bridge that was much more stable, far more down on the canyon, and 85% more men called the woman after they were on the unstable bridge than on the stable one. That's because when you have more adrenaline, you're automatically more attracted to everyone in your surrounding. Now let me ask you this very important question. How far do you agree that the law of attraction is evident everywhere around us if we know what it is and how to use it properly?